the approaching New World Order will need to maintain surveillance on all its citizens. And this is the truth, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I want to make this video because, you know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just so concerned right now of everything. Like, so many people, they don't even want to listen. So I just want to make this video and make it clear as can be. Okay, about the New World Order that is approaching us, because I believe with all of my heart that we are on the road to world government, which we are. It's already here. It's just not running yet. It's not running yet, but it's coming step by step with all these surveillance systems that are being implanted in our cities, on the highways, all these things that they're doing. I don't know if you guys know about this either, but next year, 2014, like if you guys buy a new car or whatever, they said the new cars are going to have black boxes installed in them, which is satellite tracking devices. This is what these people want. Is part of their control grid is total surveillance. The whole entire population of the world is going to be under total surveillance. This is to enslave its people. They want total control over absolutely everything. This is for real, ladies and gentlemen. I want you guys to get that. This is not me making anything up. This is what's happening. The New World Order is ushering in. This is the time that it's coming in. But the real thing that they're going to have for their total surveillance society to have control over its people is their biometrics. Now, I want to get into this right now because I was just thinking when I was outside before, like, I was just thinking about people that are naive and people that don't know anything. They're just going to do whatever they're told to do. And it was just bothering me because these people are pure evil. You guys have to understand this. These people are Luciferians. They're Satanists, okay, that are following according to their agenda to bring this whole world into a one-world government. And not just a one-world government, but also a one-world religion. Everything's going to be one. Nothing is going to be divided anymore. They said the nation-states must come to an end. They're calling for the total destruction of nations, and we all have to join in with their one-world system. So this is what they're doing. They're bringing in a one-world government, people. So I want to get into this thing about biometrics. And I want to explain it. Biometrics means body measurements. It's 3 measurements of the body. The first thing that they're going to do is they're going to take your hand. You're going to have to put it on a hand ammetry machine. It's going to analyze your hand. And now your hand and your fingerprints and your thumb are digital. Then the next step is going to be is you're going to put these things on your eyes. They're going to take a picture of your eyes. So now they have your eyes in their database. And then the next picture they're going to do is they're going to take a picture of your face, which is facial recognition. So now you can do an iris scan because they have your eyes. Because in the future, there's not going to be any more cash registers or any of that stuff. There's going to be no more cash. They're going to this is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. This biometric has to do with a cashless society. Because right now there's a push on the globe for every nation to have its citizens numbered with national ID cards. And they're saying with this national ID card that they're pushing globally for the whole world. This is a global effort. The power elite want the whole entire world, the citizens of the globe, to have their own unique national biometric ID card. And without that, you will not be able to have a bank account. You'll not be able to get a job. You won't be able to do anything without it. So basically, it's like the mark of the beast. But it's not the mark of the beast. I'm just saying it's familiar. It's just a stepping stone to the mark of the beast. Because you can't get a bank account, and they try to say it's your choice. If you don't want to take it, you don't have to take it. But yet, really, you don't have a choice. Because if you don't have the number, because on that national ID card there's a 18-digit number, I believe. If you don't take the card, you can't have a bank account. You can't do nothing. Total control, ladies and gentlemen. This is total control. I was just thinking to myself, what about people that say, yeah, but I need to live, I need to pay for my bills. I need to live in a house and this and that, and then they're just going to take it and say, well, I should be okay with it because it's not the mark of the beast. But that's not the point. They already have us under a microscope. They want even more power, because once you have that national ID card that's linked in with your biometrics, because ladies and gentlemen, they actually went out in the open and say that they want to, they already did it, by the way, in some places. Biometrics is nothing new. This is bad news, people. You need to do your research on biometrics. This is a bad thing. They're talking about bringing it into grocery store, you name it. There's no more cash. They're getting rid of cash. The cash is obsolete. We're living in an electronic world. Everything is done electronically. Cash is a dinosaur age. In an electronic world, everything is done electronically. Now we have to go into a new system. It'll be more better for the economy. It'll cost less money. Everything will be better. And cash is fashion. We need to go to a new thing, and this is a new thing that we came up with. This is a bunch of bull, and they're going to say this is to protect us from identity theft, identity fraud, and no one is like you. You're the only person that is like you, and nobody can fraud you because you're going to have the specific card with your face on it and your picture, so nobody can steal it because they have to show the person whenever they go buy something, their card, and it's linked in with your biometrics. They're treating us like criminals, people. I want you guys to get this. This is the New World Order. They want to make us their slaves. This is total enslavement, people. Total enslavement. We're going to have to do a thumb scan to buy something. A digitally thumb scan. Like already they have some places they have children, before they go on to the bus, they do a thumb scan. In the schools, they're training the children for a cashless society in the schools. When they go into the cafeteria, okay? When they go into the cafeteria, they do a digitally thumb scan to buy their lunch. They're bringing this everywhere, people. You guys need to get this. This is dangerous. Yeah, like I was saying, they share biometric information commercially between different government agencies, law enforcement agencies. They analyze you, they study you, and they can do whatever they want with you. And by the way, sometimes this also happened, that even their own computers got hacked into. How do you like that? People they want more. These people are sick. They want to study us. They are meddling data on us. For them to have a total surveillance society, they need our biometrics. They need our biometrics, people. Okay? And they actually said this also. It's in their own documents, by the way. They said that the governments of the world are going to enforce this biometric system upon its people. And the very reason for this biometric system is for control over its own people. This is dictatorship, people. This is dictatorship. You need to listen to what I'm saying, because this is coming down the line. You may not believe me right now. You may think I'm crazy, I'm a schizophrenic, or whatever. You guys can think whatever you want to think. But remember that you have been warned, and you've been warned right here and right now. And this is coming down the line, people. Okay? This is coming down the line. I'm making these videos because I care about people. And by the way, I've been following the global elitist agenda. This is their agenda plan. Because the only thing that's hindering them from having a total global community is a cashless society. That's why they want to get rid of cash. As long as you have cash, you can do whatever you want. You can buy food. You have freedom to do as you will. But once we go into credit cards, whatever, but they want to dismiss the cards, the dismiss of cards, and they just want to create a single card for everybody to have. And it's going to have an 18-digit number, and without your even knowing it, like if you accept it, they can just type in your 18-digit number, because they're going to know it, because they're going to take your picture, like I just finished, they're going to do your hand, ametry, and all that. If they just want to, for some reason, they can just type in your little number on their computer, and they can check up on you. It's all monitored, everything. And by the way, there's RFID chips in the card, tracking you. So we're going to have to do a digital thumb scan. Well, I'm not taking any of this. If this happens before the rapture takes place, because it's not if it's going to happen, because it is going to happen. It's on their agenda. This is what they're pushing for. India, what's it called? 1.2 billion of its citizens are already gone into biometrics. Now they're talking about Israel is going into biometrics within 2 weeks. This is going around the whole world. It's happening. In Nigeria, they're talking about Nigeria next year going into biometrics. This is the stepping stone before the mark of the beast. I read the federal documents. They said, first, we're going to start off with a single card, and then they said, what's going to replace the single card will be the implant, because the single card could be lost or stolen. Even if they do steal it, no one will be able to use it because your picture is on it. When they show it to the person, they're going to see that person's face and not your face, because your face is going to be showing on the card. That person doesn't match, and nobody can make your face on them. But this has nothing. These are control freaks in the government. This is the New World Order, ladies and gentlemen. This is the one world government. They're going to replace nations with a global government. It said nations are going to be obsolete, and everyone will recognize a global authority. Even the United Nations is calling for a global economic, political system. A one-world dictator. And there was this other guy. He had a career in Washington. He saw how things operated. He said the real rulers in Washington are invisible and are exercising power from behind the scenes. There's just so many stuff. And then another guy, he said, within the upcoming years, this world is not going to be the same. It won't be touchy-feely. We'll be able to distract things off of people's bodies for security reasons, blah, blah, blah. But it's a bunch of lies, because the guy's a globalist. But this is what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, this biometrics is for tracking, linking, tracing, monitoring, you name it. They are treating us like slaves. You want to be labeled as a number? Knowing for what we have standed for in history, for freedom, our rights, our liberties, and yet they're taking it away from us. Because they want to put the whole world into their prison planet where we're going to have to follow these people's rules or die. This is it. This is coming, ladies and gentlemen. Total enslavement, total control, to control everybody. And that's why they want everything done electronically. Because if you get in their way, if you do something wrong, like if you protest against them or whatever, they just have to push one button to make you a non-person. They freeze your account, you're screwed. You're screwed. You can't buy nothing. They don't even have to throw you into a concentration camp. They just push one button and your card is frozen. You can't buy nothing. You go to a store, it says, access denied. You're screwed. You can't do nothing. Like suppose you go to a store now. Listen to this. I'll show you the dangers of cashless society in a couple seconds. Let me see how I can do this. Suppose you go to a store today. You pull out your credit card or debit card or whatever you pull out. Whatever card. You shouldn't even be using cards anyway. Because it's all a breadcrumb trail. The tracking, everything's tracked. They just want more control and more power. Like they say, absolute power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. But anyways, let's just suppose you use a credit card or whatever. You put your thing, you swipe your card. It says you owe these many transactions. So you can't use it because you have to pay your transactions that you owe the bank. Oh, that's not a problem. I just go into my purse or I go into my wallet. I pull out cash. Now, if you're in a cashless society, you can't do that. You're totally screwed. This is what these people want. They want total control. They don't like it. That's why they're even talking about, they said Canada may beat the United States to a cashless society. The Canadian bankers right now are working on a digital coin. They want to make a digital currency. That's why they stopped printing the Canadian currency. That's why our money's plastic. And yet you have the midship organization that's owned by Freemasonry saying, oh, the Canadian government eliminated the penny, which they did. They eliminated our penny. We have no more pennies. So they said, why don't we just eliminate the rest of the coins as well? Wouldn't we save more money? It's going to come to that. So our money's plastic now. Why don't we just eliminate that? We'll protect the environment. This is what they're doing, ladies and gentlemen. They are following a global political economic agenda. They're bringing this whole world into a one-world government, and we must resist this national ID card, ladies and gentlemen. But I pray that the rapture of the church will take place before this happens. So I want to say this. All these cameras outside are scanning and linking and tracing and monitoring us. Because I just came back from the store not too long ago. Right when I looked out, there was a camera, like, you know the TV camera when you walk in? Well, it did a square. It did a square of my face. It did a square. It was traced. Boom. Facial recognition. They're tracking us. They're monitoring us. You name it, ladies and gentlemen. We are the resistors. We must stand up for our rights. And this national ID card must be resisted, and never hand over your biometrics. This is total dictatorship, and I'm letting you guys go from here, and God bless you all, and may you please share these videos with your friends and loved ones and family members, and God bless you all.